Hello and welcome. So this time I thought I would do a bit different format than the usual video compilations and gameplays. So it's gonna be a bit of a gameplay and talk, essentially. I'm gonna do a quick mission within the Eurofighter 2000 simulator. And if you've been subscribed or following my channel, you probably noticed that I'm predominantly interested in tank related stuff, mainly Steel Beast Pro and Panzer Elite, and lately I started uploading a few flight sim related videos, especially Eurofighter 2000. I've always been a big fan of flight simulators, but I've never really been good at it. I got into PCs during the early 90s, I believe. So I was born in 1982 here in Hungary, so I've been growing up with the Commodore 64 essentially, and then gradually got into PC gaming in the early 90s, around 94, 95-ish or so. But I recall the first PC that we had, we managed to get from somebody, Eurofighter 2000, right away, and I was just blown away how good that game looked like, the overall atmosphere, and it was just incredible. Of course, it was a virus game, so a cracked version. I didn't have the original copy back then, or the manuals or anything, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I think I couldn't even maybe take off or just flying around and just crashing, but it's always kind of been sitting there as something that I wanted to do at some point. And then a couple of years ago I started collecting and doing retro stuff, and I've been picking up old PC games that I had played but didn't really have the actual box version of it, so I kind of got hold of them since, and Eurofighter 2000 was one of them, and I do have like several copies of this laying around 4, and I've been playing it through Dosbox during the past couple of years, again not really knowing what I was doing or what I was supposed to do, but I was kind of enjoying just the flight aspect of it and enjoying the overall atmosphere. And then a couple of months ago, I'm not sure where, but I kind of learned of this Eurofighter 2000 Reloaded mod version, which is essentially making the graphically enhanced, so 3D FX version of Eurofighter 2000 run on modern machines as well. And now thankfully this game runs pretty well on Dosbox, flawlessly, I would say. But the this 3D enhanced version is really the icing on the cake, so to speak, as it does increase quite a lot the overall graphical fidelity of the game. And now in terms of the simulation, I think it's even up to date, just incredible what they put together back in 1995 when this was first released, and this is very much playable, a lot of fun, and it's got a very big depth and high learning curve to it, which I like very much. I'm very much fond of the Eurofighter as well, just to show you a bit of a nerd stuff. So I have the Kobe version sitting right here in front of me, eyeing with me, and yeah, but a couple of months ago when I learned of Reloaded, I started playing it again, and this time I started picking up the actual manual that I now have, and the actual manual of the game is around 400 pages almost, plus you have a strategy guide, which I also happen to have, that's around 400 pages as well. So you have around 700-800 pages of total literature of what to do, how to play the game, and just incredible how deep the simulation is, and you know, every aspect of it, the AI, the graphics, the actual landscapes. And now after all these years, I finally learned, you know, what I'm doing. And maybe months ago or so, I ran into this channel, Commander T. If you're interested in this type of stuff, you should check out this channel. Unfortunately, it seems to be discontinued, but he made a huge amount of Eurofighter videos, gameplays, talks, and tutorials, and that's where I got pretty much, you know, most of the stuff that I'm using in the game, and you know what to do. So so don't worry about, you know, if you're not into, you know, flight sims. Panzer Elite and Steel Beast is not going away from me. It's just I'm really having a blast with this at this stage. I got 2 kids. My daughter is 11 years old, my son is 8 years old, and my son is pretty much into whatever I'm doing, so thanks. And flight sims as well, we do play quite a lot of on new gen consoles, old gen consoles, and old PC games as well, like, you know, Warcraft 2 is something that we play almost on a daily basis with my son in co-op skirmish mode. But he started getting into Eurofighter 2000 as well, and well, I hope that, you know, someday I can do some co-op with him as well in terms of this game. Anyway, without further ado, let me just jump into the mission. So we will be doing a quick combat mission, and I just started doing this, so I have no idea what's in store within the next one. So the 4th one is let's see, Intercept inbound Mi-24 helicopters and surrounding strike aircraft attacking allied ground troops. So seems like it's going to be air to air. That's good, because I have no idea how to do air to ground at this stage, but I'm fairly comfortable with air to air. So the helicopters are going to be the primary targets. However, what I'm going to try to do is to focus on the escorting jets in the first place, try to get rid of them, and then destroy the helicopters. I've never played this before, this particular scenario, so let's see how this goes. These are like preset type missions, so I'm not able to change any of the loadout or the time of the day settings or whatever, but thankfully you do have infinite fuel in these missions, and which is very useful, because I guess it's going to be pretty heavy air to air, so I'm relying on afterburners a lot to get away from enemy missiles. So let's see how this goes. Okay, we are already in the air, and okay, we got a wingman. It's great. Let's see what we are up against. Okay, first I'm just gonna increase the range of the ESS, that's the defensive aid subsystem, which will be used to counter enemy missiles automatically. I'm just gonna scroll through the enemy view. Okay, so these will be our main targets, but we will be focusing on escorts first, if we can find them.
Radar knock.
Okay, seems like we have already been targeted. Okay, I'm gonna do some evasive maneuvers. I wanted to get hold and engage the enemy fighters first, but let's turn and burn, and we'll try to outrun the missile. If you press F12, it's gonna give you a view of the missiles. You can see chaffs and flares are already being dispensed automatically. Okay, seems like my wingman is quite in the thick of it already. And that's my wingman. Okay, so we didn't really made it that much. are free of the missiles and just cycling targets. Okay. Enemy planes. Ideally, you should be at a higher altitude to have a fair chance of landing the rocket, but I'm gonna cycle targets and engage these two. Aha, it just banked itself into the ground.
Radar knock.
And we have another missile inbound, so
Missile.
fairly close. Need to turn and try to get away with. On the bottom right corner you can see the DISS, and those yellow dots are representing the actual missiles. So what I'm going to try to do is we are just far too close to the enemy helicopters and planes, and even helicopters can be dangerous to us if they have any air-to-air guided missiles. So I'm just going to try to get some distance in between us and the enemy units, and then we will turn around and utilize some of our missiles. Okay, let's see. This is the map view. And I'm gonna climb up to height of 30,000 feet or so. It definitely helps in terms of getting your actual missiles hit the particular target. In all cases, you have to be higher than your target is. That usually helps. So let's see. We still have these fighters on our tail. For some reason, they are not engaging us. I'm just gonna turn the
Missile launch.
electronic countermeasures back on. Okay, it's time to pop this guy. And we need to immediately turn around and... Oh, that's close. Okay, I think you can see the trails of the missiles behind us. Okay. Again, I'm not going to be bothering with the helicopters now. I'm going to try to focus on getting rid of the actual escorts. It looks like we don't have any further fighter escorts in the near, so I'm just gonna turn around and engage the helicopters. Okay, I take it back, we do have fighters incoming, so let's engage those first. They are onto us as well. Okay, again, already are blocked, so firing. And I lost my wing. Damn it.
Missile launch.
So we're still up in the air. And now let's try to turn around. So a portion of my left wing has been blown off, which is not good. However, we are still airborne, and it's not an ideal situation, but if we are lucky, we can still make it out of here. Some
Warning,
system
missile
checking.
launch.
Just switched over to missile view, and I'm using autopilot in the meantime to stabilize the plane. This is one of our long-range missiles. One of them will hit. I think this one is going to be hit as well. Yeah, we got it. Okay, this one is still being targeted, but it looks like it's going down. Okay, I'm gonna switch off autopilot,
Engaged.
and so we are still up in the air with a big portion of one of the wings gone. So it's theoretically still possible to do the mission this way. However, the clock is ticking, so it tends to fall apart after a while, and I might have some further damage as well. Let's see. Okay, so in terms of ordnance, we are down to 1 long-range missile and then 4 short-range missiles. For the helicopters, we can deal with guns. Let's see whether we have any further enemy planes around us. So I'm just gonna disable autopilot, and then we will turn around to reface them. It's quite difficult to maneuver now with one of the wings gone. Hopefully it's not gonna fall apart.
Radar lock.
We're getting radar lock.
Warning, systems failure.
Okay. That doesn't sound good. And this seems to be a fighter. Okay, it's an F-22, it's one of us. So I'm just gonna request
Mayday, mayday, we
some
are
assistance. Okay, we got one more fighter jet and one medium range missile. Okay, we got the lock, and off there goes. Okay, again,
Warning, radar
I'm gonna hit afterburners and then try to do a 180 and then make a run for it. Okay, missile seems to have already lost track. Maybe we were not the main target. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, now we are going to turn and engage the enemy helicopters, primary targets. We got one of them.
Autopilot disengaged.
Cycling towards the next target. Okay, I'm gonna try to level it with the
Autopilot
auto leveling, and then let's see what type of damage we have. So left engine is on fire. Throttle extinguisher. If fire continues, eject. Okay, so we need to, I think, switch off one of the engines.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay, left engine has been switched off. I never tried this before, so we'll see. We got one more helicopter to go. We got a lock. Engaging, braking, contact. And we have a winner, so it looks like we managed to get all of the helicopters. So now we could just end the mission or eject or try to land the plane. So I'm just gonna
Autopilot
see
engaged.
whether we have any. Somebody shooting at me. I just want to check whether we have any.
Autopilot disengaged.
Any airfields in our near vicinity to land. So, oh, we still have enemy fighters on our over here.
Radar lock.
And so we are down to one engine, minus one wing. Doesn't really look good. These are just short-range missiles. They usually don't track that well. So, not sure whether I'm gonna have any luck with these against the jets. I think it's already lost track.
Warning, radar lock.
Losing speed, altitude. Ah! I just wanted to eject. Anyway, so I almost got it, but didn't manage to succeed. I was just thinking about ejecting at the very end, but I'm happy with the result. Anyway, I'm gonna be a bit more cautious on the second run. So I'm looking forward to do some further videos like this in terms of steel beasts and Panzerite as well, especially in terms of Panzerite. I think I've been wanting to do some videos in terms of the actual mod, and just to show a bit behind the scenes actions of what goes into adding in new models. And I know that a lot of people are looking at it, and some people are pissed off because some aspects are not working, textures and stuff like that. But this is an old game, and it's not easy to work around. So anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time. Cheers.